It's a story about a dog. It's a story about two dogs, actually. I've got to start off, I've got to tell you about Bear before I can tell you about Sasha. I grew up with dogs in the house, and I love dogs, and when I became a father, I decided that I needed to have my kids grow up with a dog. So I went out searching, and I lucked into a person who'd adopted a dog and couldn't keep it. It was about a year old. And when Bear came into my life, it was an absolute joy. He already had some basic training. He learned things so fast. He was intelligent, and he had just an intense desire to please. It didn't matter what I asked him. If he didn't know how to do it, he was trying to figure it out because he wanted to please. It was a beautiful dog. So Bear sadly passed away in 2019, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get another dog because my kids were grown. And then we all know the pandemic happened, and my school announced that we were going to be virtual until at least February or March, and I thought, I will never have a better opportunity to train a puppy. I'm going to be at home for a solid stretch of time, so I decided to get a puppy. So I searched around online and finally saw this beautiful lot of husky mutts. That's what she is. She's part husky, part a whole bunch of other things. And I told them I wanted a dog. I showed up, and they said, well, you get second pick. What are you looking for? Do you want a male, a female? I said, oh, I want a male. And I said, wait a minute. Why did I say that? I've always had male dogs. I said it like instinctually. I've never had a female dog. I said, no, wait. I want a female. They said, what else are you looking for? I want a dog who's really smart. That's what I'd had before. I want a dog that's really smart. So they said, well, this was the first one who started playing with toys. That's a sign of intelligence. I'm like, cool. I want that one. She's beautiful. She's cute. She's kind of sassy. So I took her home, and sure enough, she was smart. She had sit down like that. She was learning tricks like left and right. All I needed was a training treat, and she got them. She was so smart. Took her outside. She learned how to potty outside in a day. So smart. These training treats were fantastic until one day we're going outside, and I'd signed up for some basic obedience classes, and we had like low value treats, which were just training tasks, but if she needed a little extra encouragement, I was using string cheese. And we went outside, and she wasn't coming in when I called. So I went and I got the training snacks, and I held them out, and she came inside, and it was great. And then a couple days later, we went outside. She wasn't coming. I got the training snacks. I held it out, and she just looks at me like, what else you got? So I went inside, and I got the string cheese. And before I knew it, I was giving her string cheese every time to get her to come inside. And that's when I realized my dog had trained me. She was so smart, she had trained me. So this continued. She realized she had power. Now, her favorite place to go was the dog park. She loved the dog park. Her favorite thing in the world is running. So we went to the dog park, and everything was going great until one day it was time to leave, and she didn't come. And she's just staring at me like, what are you going to do, fat man? You can't catch me? And I had to get other people to catch her. And then finally one day, we're at the dog park. It's 9 o'clock at night. Everybody else has left. There's nobody else to catch her. And she's just looking at me like, we're not leaving. So I'd gotten this incredibly smart but incredibly strong-willed dog. So that's when I invested in a 50-foot leash. And we've worked on it. We've built a really strong relation, but her will is still indomitable. This last summer, I got chickens. I have 6 chickens at home, and she's obsessed with the chickens. She has been trying to get into that chicken coop since I got them. She's convinced that she's going to eat one of these chickens one day. And today, just before we left, she figured out that if she pushed and then pulled and wiggled, she could open the door. Chickens are safe, but I need a new latch. Where there's a will, she's finding a way.